What's going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here. Welcome back to another Division video. It's Friday. It's time for the weekly vendor reset. You know what that means. I'm going to go from place to place, easy checkpoint to checkpoint to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division to save you guys the time and the trouble. So if the video is helpful, drop a like on it. It's much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content as I put these out every single Friday. Now, friendly reminder, double check this blueprints vendor here in the terminal and the one at Camp Clinton, because I pretty much own all of the 256 items, and if you own one blueprint on one character, it actually goes across all four. So I can't see what else is down here. So double check here and double check Camp Clinton. Alright, our exotics for the week, and same thing for the regular gear for the week. Anybody that is new to the vendor reset, if the rolls are good on the weapon or gear piece, but the score is low, I will recommend it and just tell you to optimize it, as Division Tech is really not that hard to come by. So the Liberator this week has 20% enemy armor damage with responsive, destructive, and capable. Capable is in the free slot, so I would reroll that for any talent you wish. This would be great for PvE, especially if you are new to the Division and want a good assault rifle. The Liberator is a really good one to have. I would put something like Ferocious in the bottom slot if you are going for some more of the challenging PvE activities. Pecan, 19% damage to targets out of cover with Commanding, Deadly, and Pecan. Same thing, again, it's a pretty good LMG. I would reroll Commanding for something else like Unforgiving, just an example, and pick this up, optimize it, and you've got yourself a good LMG. Cassidy, responsive, capable boomstick with 323% stagger. If you'd like to run the double Cassidy with classified Lone Star, you definitely could pick this up. Reroll capable for something like Deadly, and you are good to go. Historian, intense, destructive, history repeats with 170% headshot damage. You know what? I've been having a lot of fun with the Historian lately, I'm not going to lie, and intense on it is actually quite satisfying, especially during this global event. But, you know, in terms of long-term, not being in the global event, even with destructive on it, you could keep intense or reroll intense for something else. Optimize it as per usual, and have a lot of fun with this weapon. It's a blast. And Centurion, I would only ever pick this up if you want to pair it up with the Liberator for the Free Republic talent. And this week, Expert and Responsive are not too bad. So you could, if you wanted to, if you have the credits to waste. Other than that, I would just wait until there's one with a higher score on it. Okay, I know people like to see what else is down here in the terminal, so I'll quickly scroll through it. Not a terrible refresh mask. But in terms of everywhere else, I will just show you the best items. Okay, Inventive Backpack, 1196 electronics. Just bump that number up to 1272 because you've got over 11,000 skill power and ammo capacity in the minor. Optimize it, you have yourself a great backpack for a skill build. And anything else down here? Probably not. You know what, if you are relatively new to the Division, you could pick up the Extended Mag, 115.5% mag size, 4% crit hit damage, 4.8% rate of fire. Not too bad. I would grab a few of them if you're new to the game. Other than that, that's it for downstairs. Let's move on and hope we have a good week. At the Dark Zone gear vendor here in the base of operations, he's got one item for sale. Prototype Stamina Mod, 265 stamina. 265 is almost max roll, and over 3,000 health on it. So if you need some good stamina mods, pick some of these up while they're here. Alright, the final stop in the base of operations will be at the gear vendor. For those of you that are running skill builds and you like to use your Seeker Mines, 7.5% Seeker Mine explosion radius. So if you want a bigger boom with your Seeker Mines, I would go ahead and pick a couple of these up and put them on your build. Next stop is at the Cavern Safe House. For those of you that are running the D3 FNC build, there is a prototype performance mod with 5% ballistic shield damage resilience here. 5% is a max roll, so grab some if you need them. Alright, come on up to Camp Clinton next. Don't forget to double check the blueprints vendor, just in case there is a weapon or gear mod that you need. Then come on over to the gear vendor, and he has one item for sale, which is an Omega rifle suppressor with 17% headshot damage, 4% crit damage, 3% crit chance, and 41% reduced threat.
I'll be here if you change your mind.
Alright, one stop over at Dante's Run. For those of you that have been patiently waiting for a Damage to Elites mod that was a max roll of 4%, this week you are in luck. 188 electronics and 4% damage to elites. Grab as many as you can while they're here.
Maybe another time.
Making your way over to Autumn's Hope Safe House, she's got one item for sale here, which is a prototype performance mod, 2% pulse critical hit damage. So for those of you that like to stack your crit chance and crit damage, I would pick some of these up and put them in on your builds. Moving on down to Madison Stand Safe House, he has one item for sale here, which is a prototype electronics mod, 264 electronics with over 3,000 health. Now I know a lot of people want skill power, but there are some of you out there that I know want electronics and health. This is a rare thing I see for sale, so grab some while they're here. And making our way now into the Dark Zone, that was everything for sale in the Light Zone, which I have to admit was quite a bit more than I've seen in a very long time. 5th Avenue will be your first stop, and he has one item for sale, prototype performance mod, 2% pulse critical hit chance. So stack that with the pulse critical hit damage prototype performance mod I showed you a couple stops ago, and you have yourself a pretty good build. Two stops up over at West 34th Street. He has one item for sale here, or sorry, she. Black Market SASG 12S, 352% stagger with competent, deadly, and destructive on it. You could literally leave that as is, or if you want to use this in PvP, I would reroll destructive for something else like responsive or unforgiving. Either way, the choice is yours. It's here. Pick it up if you want it. On the east side of town at the East 31st Street DZ checkpoint, she has a Vigorous chestplate for sale, 1266 firearms, over 15,000 health, 4% all resistance, which you can reroll for something like enemy armor damage, skill haste, obviously the choice is yours, and 46% ammo capacity in the minor with a score of 281 right off the bat. So pick it up, reroll the all resist, optimize it, you're good to go. Alright, in the DZ05 safe room, he has one item for sale here. This will be for more of the new or returning players to the game. 117% mag size, 3% crit chance, 4% crit damage. This kind of extended mag is good for weapons with a very high fire rate, like the Bullfrog, even the House, actually. So pick these up if you need them. Okay, and for the final stop of the week, you're going to go up to the DZ08 safe room. For those of you that are running Hexo builds for PvP and the Dark Zone, one of the old school masks that a lot of us used to wear way back when in 1.0, 1.1 was Rehabilitated, and it actually works really well right now. So on this one, 1246 stamina, 3.5% crit chance. Damage to elites is in the minor, which you can keep or reroll for something else like burn resist or bleed resist, due to the fact that a lot of people use Predator's Mark, and that is actually one of the reasons why I'm recommending the mask. Heals 2% every second during status effects. Bleed is a status effect, so if you want a good mask for a Hexo build, I would go ahead and consider picking this one up and using it. So anyways guys, that is it for me. That is everything that we had for sale this week in the division. Honestly, a lot more for sale this week than I think the past 3 or 4 weeks combined, especially with the Damage to Elites mod, a few good weapons and attachments for those of you that are new to the game or returning to the game, and on top of that, blueprints that I couldn't see. Fingers crossed that there was something good there. So alright guys, I'm out of here. Don't forget that you can always follow me on Twitter at AfflictedGamer. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy it, and again, if it was helpful. Other than that, I'll see you soon in the next video or in the next live stream. Till then, take care. Thanks again for watching. Alright, so I know I said my outro and everything, but I wanted to share a little bonus clip with everybody. This is what happens when I go through making the vendor reset. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I gotta say, this was a little bit ago, actually. You could tell. There's one way you guys can tell. I'm gonna leave that to somebody else, see if they can figure it out. Throw it in the comments, section if you do. But just checking to see, okay, wait, did I make sure that I went here? Did I make sure that I went there? Just to quickly double check, and this is the thanks I get. I had to mute myself, so that's why I'm talking over it. Shot in the back and laughed at. Now, if there's any problem with the game, it's this right here. And I'm not ashamed to show that I died. Now, unfortunately, I have no clue where these two vanished off to when I came back out of the checkpoint. But yeah, this is the thanks I get for the vendor resets. Shame on those two. Anyways, for those of you that like to see me get axed on Survival Sundays, I thought you might enjoy this too. Hopefully you have a sense of humor. Anyways, guys, once again, hopefully you enjoyed. Have a great week. Enjoy the rest of Global Event Onslaught, and I will absolutely see you in the next video, and for sure coming up this Sunday in the next live stream.